And welcome back to another Jabberwonkie's Garage and my new series, Road to Battlebots. And in this video, I'll be talking about the most important part about robotics, and that's the housing and armour of your bot. So here I have my basic chassis of my 1 pound Battlebot, and it has the back which will house all of the electronics and make sure that they're safe from any incoming attacks. And this chassis is good because all the walls are really quite thick, so that means that it's stronger, it's more rigid, and it can take a lot more hits before it starts to break. These two green parts here are reinforced motor mounts. So these are for tiny 2 N20 brushed geared motors, and these help because they hold your motors in place without needing glue, so you can use them in other bots, and also you can they come with small lids that you can nail down and they will hold the motors in place. I have got tiny small blocks of foam underneath. I'm not sure if you can see them there, but that helps in cushioning and also changing the height of these, because in the axle holes they were sitting way too far down for the axle to fit through, so I had to raise the holders up and now they're sitting nice. So moving on to the start of the armour that I'm adding on top of this, and I've got just a small metal plate that's got a sharp edge on the bottom here, and that should protect the main motor pulley that sits underneath here for the blade itself, and also any incoming attacks to the brushless system that sits in the centre circle here, and the rubber band that will be running between the 2 points. Now, this bot came in about 5 parts. It came with the different plates that you stick on here, the main chassis, and then the lid and the top here. The good thing about having the base and the lid separate is that I've glued the motor mounts straight onto the base, so if I wanted to get rid of them I could just print a new base, unscrew the 5 screws along here, and I'm good to go again. With this one, it didn't print the best, if you can see there, so it's a bit soft, so I went ahead and got some small metal plates and hot glued them to the base, so that gives some insane amount of strength to the plate, and when I stick it down, any attacks from above will basically be deflected, and if it does chew through the plastic, it's still got all the metal to go through. And going along with the metal upgrades, I've actually when you are upgrading, you need to make sure that to the armour plating itself. The armour plating that I'm using is stainless steel sheets. They are really thin but strong, but they also have a nicer bit of flex to them, and you can mould them to however you want. And they're also really lightweight, which is perfect for these kinds of bots because most of the weight will be used up in the electronics and the weapon itself. So it doesn't leave you with much room for armour. So these plates are absolutely perfect. And across the back here is where all my ESCs will be, on the inside through here. So I want to be reinforcing this. So if I grab one of these plates, I can bend it round, and there's already a nice large plate that can reach from the base to the top, and all I have to do is cut the 2 sides off and drill it to the back, and then there's the back of it done. And if I've got more weight to play around with, I can always add 2 or maybe even 3 more plates to it, which will slowly build up and add thickness and strength, but this will also add more weight. I'm going to be going all the way around because where I've got my wheels, they open through here. So instead of printing out a ribbon that goes across here as a wheel guard, I'm actually going to be bending one of these plates that go from this front fin, if you can see there, all the way to this rear fin here that will also meet up with this, with the rear panel. So what I'm planning is that it'll have a full protection band from here all the way around to the back and all the way around to the other fin here. This is really good because if I get any hits from the sides, these plates will be there, and if they're bent like that and get hit, they can just flex back and flex back out again. So if they're like that, they can go in and back out again. As simple as that, and rebound, which is just what you want for these kind of bots, because they're not going to be getting the massive 2-ton hits that the full-size bots will be getting, but they still will be getting some decent amount of shots taken and given. So I hope you enjoyed and took something away from this short but hopefully informative video on the chassis and the armor for your bot. And if you haven't checked out my other video on the electronics for the drive, I'll be linking that in the description, and it'll also be in the playlist Road to Battlebots. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.